Alright, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yehovah Shem Yahushai, Hashem HaRakakadash, and all honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, GMS, who do rule and teach well. It's the young brother here, and I would like to talk about limited war. This is Wikipedia.org. A limited war is a war carried out by a state that uses less than its total resources and has a goal of less than total defeat of the enemy. It is very often the high cost of war that makes limited war more practical than total war, right? We can go over here. We're down the United States as a strategic position that has been made since World War II. Finds itself involved in a number of limited wars, right? America put themselves as this kind of this global power. World War II, kind of set them up, as that, right? I believe after that you get like the whole baby boom era. I believe around that kind of period. But America was setting itself up to be, a superpower, the big power, the big nation, right? The strongest and everything. That was pretty much, crystallized with Germany getting wrecked the second time. Russia, I believe, held part of Germany, like the eastern part. And the whole thing with the Iron Curtain, and eventually that went down and Russian occupation ended, and all that stuff with the Cold War, which another video on the Cold War will probably be talked about, like the stages of a Cold War, because right now we're pretty much in a Cold War with the East, essentially, with China, Russia, and these various Middle Eastern actors and players in the Middle East. We're pretty much at a Cold War here, which we're waiting to erupt into a hot war, which will come World War III. But that's not going to happen as of yet. We need to see martial law, and before we have the martial law, we need to see some sort of breakdown of the internet, something like that, where perhaps internet and power is out for months or something like that, perhaps, and then they come back and say, okay, well, the solution is that we need MOTB. We need everyone who's online to be identified digitally, by them having a implant placed within them, right? So the United States is a strategic position that has made since World War II find itself involved in a number of limited wars, right? So where you don't use your full, military might to completely destroy a nation, right? The Korean, the Vietnam, the Gulf War, and the 2003 invasion of Iraq were all examples of limited war. Exactly, because all of them didn't lead in a full annihilation of the country. It was just left them kind of intact, so then they could put in, little puppet governments and things like that, and then they can still maintain, some sort of control over the area. More often than not, they institute some sort of government, that's more according to their liking. All right, so the reason that the United States of America has been involved in a series of limited wars, which I don't really like the term limited war, because you got to remember that Vietnam wasn't actually a war. Vietnam was a conflict, but either way, limited war, limited conflict. War in America is only is defined as when Congress officially declares war on a nation, then it's a war. But that's semantics, right? So this is Revelation 16:14. For they the Spirit working devils, working miracles, go forth into the kings of the earth and of the whole world to gather them to the battle of that great day of the Most High Almighty. So through these series of limited wars, where they haven't led to complete annihilation of the fallen nation, they've pretty much set up geopolitical lines, and then over time, shifted these geopolitical lines where some are with them and some are with the East, right? And it's pretty much set the world up, and really you could maybe say maintaining the world system, which followed World War II, post World War II world system, where you had East versus West, and America is pretty much pulling the pieces of all the sides and getting them and bringing them together into World War III. Everything America is doing right now, it's doing it on purpose, right? Our politicians are only figureheads. And, there's all kinds of advising groups, which are really the ones pulling the strings. All these advising groups, they all go back to, secret societies and different things like that. And even a lot of the politicians go back to, Skull and Bones. Some of them are just straight out obvious and straight up tell you, oh yeah, I was in Skull and Bones at Yale. So, really, really clear stuff. But they do all this stuff with limited wars on purpose. They use proxies and things like that. Because they want to keep the nation there. They just want to try to bring them down. And then, when you bring down a nation, what are you going to get? You're going to get these rebel groups. And these rebel groups will be there to start the next war, right? And you can go into Smedley Butler wars of racket. All the wars are all about money, right? Okay, so this is Habakkuk 2 and 15. Once him that gives his neighbor drink, that puts thy bowel to him, make him drunken also, that may lookest on their nakedness, right? I can't remember where it is, but it's Isaiah something, it's 47 or 40, 34, but drunk but not with strong drink, drunk but not with drink, drunk off these philosophies and things like that. Really that one we find is really talking about, Israel back then, but you can apply it to this drink and these philosophies nowadays. Also there's the poison of a serpent within Psalms, which I think is Psalm 74 if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Or maybe it's 58. You can look it up. Poison is the poison of a serpent. So, and that's what they do, right? They use these philosophies and things like that, get us to go off and things like that, right? Verse 16, and thou art full of shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cover of the Lord's right hand shall be turned upon thee, and the shameful spewing should be on thy glory. Right, and this is Esau's dirt exposed via the internet. Right, and this is everything. I don't know what this video link is. I wonder what this one is. I wonder what I linked. Huh.
Tomorrow, a full committee hearing on cybersecurity.
Oh no, that wasn't me.
And this comes within our purview on this committee. And not trying to be dramatic about it, when the internet was invented, everybody fell flat in their face. They were so thrilled. And the world began to do business in a different way. Now, both the President Bush's Director of National Intelligence, Mike McConnell, who I greatly respect, and President Obama's Director of National Intelligence, Admiral Blair, who I greatly respect, have labeled cybersecurity perpetrated through the internet as the number one national hazard of attack on the homeland in West Virginia, in America, or anywhere else. So, it really almost makes you ask the question, would it have been better if we never invented the internet and had to use paper and pencil or whatever? And that's a stupid thing to say, but it has genuine consequence, because it's on the internet that these acts of shutting down, they have the television saying that ads every day saying that the Department of Defense is attacked 3 million times a day, and it's true.
Yeah, we can let that close. You guys can watch the rest of that one for yourself, so we can. All right, yeah, that was very interesting. The brother posted that. I forgot that you could do that. I've done that myself. I've posted links and things like that to other articles. It really helps you, but that's what we're doing. We're the shameful spewing on your glory. We're exposing you. We're bringing the things that everyone else brings out, but we do that at a step of going into the scriptures and using facts to, break down what's going on here. All right, and that's pretty much what we've been doing. We've pretty much been going around doing this, and that's what I'm doing here. We're exposing this damn devil. using information that they've brought on themselves, tongue fall upon themselves, Psalm 64, and then bringing out the scriptures and cutting them, right? This is the book of Jeremiah 20:8. The prophets that have been before me and before the fold prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. So this is nothing new. All right, this is things. Nothing's new under the sun. Prophets will prophesy this, and right now we're prophesying this by using the scriptures. So all of our leaders, they are warmongers. All they do is care about money, and all of our diplomats only care about their own careers and care about money, and that's just what it is. No one's just. There's no just politician in the society. They're all evil. They're all wicked. So yeah, that was pretty much it. The one you both certified.